What's up, guys? It's Double Chen News. I'm Dan.
I'm E.
Mike is gone again.
He's on the road.
He's on the road. As you guys know, if you guys follow Mike's blog, he travels quite often. So you will be filling in for him until he gets back, which actually should be very shortly.
Don't worry, Mike will be back in a couple days.
Yeah, and we actually like doing news, all three of us together. Anyways, guys, this is a really romantic story. There's another proposal at the Rio Olympic Games, and this is by a Chinese couple. Okay, so basically the girl, He Zi, she just won a silver medal in like a 3-meter diving event, and as she's getting, this is the medal ceremony now, right? Her boyfriend of several years, another Chinese diver,
Qin Kai,
he basically proposed to her in front of everybody.
Right after she receives the silver medal.
Yeah, I mean, talk about like, this is like, not only is it public, okay, people in America, they love proposing like jumbotrons. It's a thing, like, okay, and actually, we'll talk about this later because I'm glad you're on this segment right now because I do have a couple of things to say about this, and Mike always talks about, and I talked about this. But anyways, public proposals in America are a huge thing, especially at sporting events, but usually that's like at a random game. This is the Olympics.
Normally, you know, you get like, if you go to a regular game, it's like the stadium, a stadium full of people.
This is basically, of course, it's making news because it's the Olympics, happens once every 4 years, and the world watches it.
And it's also because it's right after she received the medal. So it's that moment where it's kind of unavoidable. Everybody will see it. It's literally the most grand gesture you can think of, or at least the most public one.
So some people are like, oh, he's trying to upstage her. I don't think he's trying to upstage her. I think that, you know, Chinese people love, we did a video on Double Chen Show about like the craziest, actually,
I was just gonna say that, you know, it's not just Americans or, you know, Westerners who really love public displays of affection. I find that nowadays, like modern Chinese, they are really into the big, grand, romantic gestures.
I mean, they take it to the next level.
And, you know, you can obviously watch that video to see what people have done for their significant others. But this is another level.
But anyways, they're happy. Great for them. So do you think this is romantic?
I don't know, because here's the thing. Some of the Chinese netizens have been saying, well, why did you have to do it right after she got her medal? Because then she didn't really get the moment to bask in her glory of winning the silver medal at the Olympics. They also say that, you know, it kind of put her in the spot. Put her on the spot. Like, it's like, how could you say no when you are at the Olympics and the whole world is watching?
I mean, you could just say no.
I mean, that would be so awkward. I mean, they've been together for 6 years. Like, she obviously, even if she didn't want to say yes, which I don't think so, but she would still have to consider his feelings. And it looks, I mean, she accepted, so like, obviously, I feel like it's mutual.
I mean, I'll defend him a little bit because I can't see the footage, okay? if you guys find the footage of this, not just the photos, send it to us because maybe it was after the whole hoopla. Because it's definitely not during the ceremony, because during the ceremony there's a national anthem, blah, blah, blah. Probably waited until after everything's said and done, and then he did it, and then somebody snapped photos. So it just so happens to look like she's still on the podium, right? But I think that, like, I don't think this was done, like, even right after. I think, like, afterwards, when everything is said and done, he did it. Otherwise, that'd be kind of...
No, it's definitely after she received the medal, and the proposal happened next to the podium. But still a bunch of people.
After the festivities were done, like in terms of national anthem, in terms of
I'm sure. We're also being super disrespectful.
Yeah, and that's probably why there was no footage. But in any case, I think people who are criticizing, whatever. Look, I don't think he's like, I'm gonna get this on camera. Whatever. People had a camera, they got on camera. The reason I bring this up is because Mike and I, whenever we talk about public proposals, I talked about, he was like, well, how are you gonna do it? Does he like proposals? I already told you, I don't know if you've seen those episodes. I already told everybody, you do not.
I saw that episode actually.
Oh, you saw that one?
And I was like, you're right, because I really don't like surprises.
So you do watch some of the news, because Mike and I always were like, is he gonna watch this? Because I have to watch it.
Of course I watch it!
But you don't tell me when you watch it, but anyways.
I secretly watch it. No, I mean, you're absolutely right. I really do not like public proposals, public anything. It just really, even if in my heart I want to say yes to something, it doesn't have a proposal, but when somebody asks me in public, I feel really kind of uncomfortable and in the spotlight. I don't know, I just like more things to be in private.
Right.
And that's absolutely how it should be done. Obviously, I think that if the girl is a big fan of those things, that's something really romantic. I think that in this case, the guy knows what the girl wants, probably. They've been dating for 6 years.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm pretty sure they talked about it.
Yeah.
And, they talked about it, and he surprised her, which is really nice. So I just thought of another interesting. So I crossed, basically in that episode we're talking, I forget which episode, but like I had made a list of all the things you said that I couldn't do. For example, like no Jumbotron, no public, no restaurants, no whatever.
Well, you really make me sound like no fun, right?
No,
but in reality,
because I agree with those things.
No, in reality, I am no fun.
No, you are a lot of fun, and I agree. I don't want to do it like that, But what about like in Disneyland? Because that's like your favorite place on earth.
I don't really mind where it is as long as it's not in public.
No, but Disneyland is out in public. You're like there's like 100,000 visitors.
No, but there's ways you could do it. If you do it, if you do it in Disneyland in front of everyone, that's still awkward.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you do it somewhere like secluded where it's just 2 people, then that is better. I don't know, because I'm a really private person. Like I tend to not share my social media. I don't even do things like that. It makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I can't, I personally can't handle it, but I know a lot of people who find that really, really romantic. So, everybody has their own taste and everybody has their own preferences. You know my preferences, so don't spring something on me or else I would be very shocked, And
what if it was like we were taping a video and I was like, yo, what if I did it right now? I'm just kidding. Anyways, I won't put you on the spot like that. Cricket. Anyways, I think this is a very cute story. I had been flipping through old articles and I found of course, countries like China and Russia, they basically pump out athletes from a young age. A lot of these athletes are put through so much hardship at a young age. So I like it when there's 2 of them who've gone through the same thing.
Yeah.
And they met, they fell in love, they trained hard together, because think about their lives. They literally dedicated their lives to this. They have no other life.
That's true.
And Mike talked about it, they probably went to a T-Shell, which is an athletic school in addition to normal school. It's not like they had a life outside of this. So I'm really glad to see that they found each other, they support each other, and they got to share a wonderful moment. She won silver. I mean, most people don't even make it to the Olympics. So.
I know, and he won bronze, and he's actually been in Olympics before, and he's won medals then too.
2-3 other times.
So they're a really, really talented, impressive couple, and I think that they both know each other, and they know what each other went through to get here, and I think that's a really solid foundation, and I wish them all the best, obviously, and I think they're a really cute couple.
Exactly. So whatever, the haters will say what they want. I think it's a great story. I don't think you took anything away from her moment.
When I was going to middle school, actually, I didn't get, not a public proposal, but back in the day, you want to ask someone out, and a guy actually asked me out in front of the whole class, and luckily I was also pretty into him. Some history.
Where is this guy? I'm gonna have to write
It's
him a
in
letter.
middle school. Anyways, but I mean, it wasn't like I was super into him, but he had asked me in front of everyone. I really didn't want to say no because I wanted some more time to think about it.
But
to be honest,
you liked him though.
Yeah, but
so what's there to think about?
There's a lot to think about.
What are you talking about?
Back then I was middle school. I was like, I want to focus on my studies. I really don't want to.
That's the only other thing you focus on.
Yes,
I mean, there's really nothing else.
It was important to me, okay, at the time. So then I wanted more time to think about it, but he had asked me in front of everybody, so I had to say yes. And actually, it didn't turn out that well.
Lucky for me.
But if I had more time to think about it, maybe it would have gone a little bit differently. But that's why I have kind of this adverse reaction to public proposals or asking out. I don't know how to say that, but yeah.
Cool story, bro. Yeah. Well, kudos to that guy for actually having the guts to do that, because we know that in China they'll wait 4 years. And
4
then
years and tell you
at the end, and they're like, "No, you don't love me. Okay, bye." So kudos to that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I have all the respect in the world, but that was middle school a long time ago.
Anyways, guys, let us know what you think about this story. If you think that this is romantic, or you think that he was kind of stealing her limelight a little bit.
Yeah, let us know what you feel about public proposals in general. I know that's kind of like a very divisive issue. Mm-hmm. So let us know what you think. Let
us know also if you had a public proposal done to you and it was great and awesome.
Yeah, I
would
want
like to
to
know
hear
that.
about that. I want to hear stories,
wanna
and
hear
I want to
some
hear
stories.
some opinions down
Let
there.
us know if you rejected a public proposal, because I feel sorry for the dude, but I also find it just like.
Or has anyone been rejected? My
Oh,
gosh.
anyone
That
been
would have
rejected?
really hurt. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're all right after that. Anyways, guys, let us know. We'll see you again.